Welcome to the latest episode of our special Prince Side series, which focuses on his singles from 1978 to 1989. I'm Stephen Nicholson. Today, we're going to be talking about the singles from Prince's 10th studio album, Lovesexy. Yep, the one with the naked Prince cover.
And that black and white is sharp. When you're, for the book, the best-selling book, 21 Nights, your photographer, Randy, was here. Randy St. Nicholas.
Right.
Yeah, Randy was here. And I remember in that conversation, the two of us talking about the fact that you stay pretty much clean all the time. It's not like when you're in your house, you got on sweats and...
Randy said that?
Yeah, Randy said he's pretty sharp all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
That's not true?
Yeah, I sleep like this.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I would believe that, except for the fact that I know that you don't sleep.
Yeah.
You really don't sleep very much.
I saw a sign in the back said, journalist, advocate, insomniac.
Yeah. Yeah, well, for you it should be the world's greatest musician, insomniac. That's what it is.
So Lovesexy is the 10th studio album by Prince and was released in May 1988, 1 year after his previous album, Sign of the Times. The album was recorded in just 7 weeks from mid-December 1988 to late January 1988 at Prince's Paisley Park Studios. All tracks were predominantly produced, arranged, composed and performed by Prince, and he was 29 years of age when the album was released. So, in summary, the album was released in 1988. There are 9 songs on it. Its duration is 45 minutes. In the UK, it got to number 1 here on the album charts, but only number 11 in the US. Sales-wise, it sold 3.5 million copies worldwide, which was 1.75 million less than Sign of the Times. Its rating on Rate Your Music is 3.535 from just under 4,000 ratings, and as a comparison, Sign of the Times was rated 4.04. So the album cover is based on a photo by Jean-Baptiste Mondino, and it caused some controversy upon its release as it depicts Prince in the nude. Now, some record stores refused to stock it or to wrap the album in black. And although Lovesexy had been issued as a replacement for the hastily withdrawn The Black Album, which had an achromatic black cover. So Lovesexy was accompanied by the Lovesexy tour, of which the September 9th Dortmund show in Germany was released on video cassette and Laserdisc. The tour was also televised with a short delay for editorial purposes on several European channels, with the broadcast containing various alternate camera shots in place of the ones used in the officially released video, which was released a year later in 1989. So there were 3 singles from the album, and they are Alphabet Street, Glam Slam, and I Wish You Heaven. So let's delve into each of the singles right now. First up, Alphabet Street.
I'm going down to Alphabet Street.
So Alphabet Street was the first single from the Lovesexy album, and it was released in edited form prior to the album in April 1988. Its B-side was a remix of Alphabet Street called Alphabet Street, This Is Not Music, This Is a Trip. The single cover, well, I remember this. It was a clear sleeve showing the record with a sticker saying Prince and Alphabet Street. The music video, which was hastily put together, shows Prince walking and driving a late 60s Ford Thunderbird through an environment made out of letters. Chart-wise, the song got to number 9 here in the UK and number 8 in the US, and it was even more successful in New Zealand and Norway, where it got to number 1. And a couple of facts related to it. The single version of the song is more than 3 minutes shorter than the album version. Another one, 1990s hip-hop group Arrested Development sampled a word from Alphabet Street for their breakout song Tennessee in 1992. the group were sued for their unauthorized use of the word Tennessee and had to pay Prince $100,000. And final fact, the rap on the song is performed by Cat Glover, a member of Prince's touring band during the Sign of the Times and Lovesexy years. So I first heard Alphabet Street when the video was played on a Saturday morning kids show prior to its release. This was back when I was trying not to like Prince's music. It's a long story. However, this song could not be denied. Thought it was great. Still didn't buy it though. I did eventually buy the 12-inch version, I think in 1999, and subsequently bought Lovesexy on cassette, I think the year after. And it's just prime Prince, isn't it? The magnificent drum loop, which makes you just want to play air drums. The funky, scratchy guitar. The Beatlesque harmonies and yeah, yeah, yeahs. The naughty lyrics, that sing-along final verse. It's just pop perfection. So where would I rank it? You know, top, middle, or lower tier Prince? It would go in top tier for me, and it's my favourite song on the album. Next up, Glam Slam. So Glam Slam was the second single from the album, and it was released in edited form in July 1988. B-side was Escape, Free Your Mind from This Rat Race, a track which sampled the chorus of Glam Slam but adds new lyrics and a funky bass guitar. Like Alphabet Street, the single cover had a clear sleeve showing the record with a sticker saying Prince and the song title. The music video, it was a staged live performance featuring a blindfolded Prince and his touring band. Curiously, it shows a string section despite not featuring one on the track. Now, chart-wise, bizarrely, it did not chart in the US and it reached a lowly number 29 here in the UK. It did fare better in both Denmark and the Netherlands, where it went top 10. And a couple of facts. The single version of this song is 90 seconds shorter than the album version, and with the exception of some backing vocals by Cat Glover, Prince plays and sings everything on this track. And one final fact, in late 1989, Prince and Gilbert Davidson, who is Prince's former manager and president of Paisley Park Records, they opened a nightclub in Minneapolis, which is Prince's hometown, and they named it after this song. So yeah, this song, it must have made an impression on me, as I remember hearing it for the first time on a radio playing in a store while on a family holiday down in Blackpool. And I was very tempted to buy the 7-inch version of it at the time, but I just never got round to it. It's a really good, uplifting pop song with an infectious chorus. It's got a catchy drum loop too, but hands down the best part is the very dramatic keyboard solo, which takes the song to its end from around the 3-minute mark on the album version. It's a whole 2 minutes of Prince working his magic, and I would actually love to hear a full orchestra playing that part. And if anyone knows if such a version exists, then please let me know. I'd love to hear it. Rating-wise, top, middle, or lower tier Prince, I'm going to say mid-tier Prince, although very much at the top of the mid-tier. Then was the third and final single from Lovesexy, and it was released in September 1988. Its B-side was a non-album track called Scarlet Pussy. Now, the single cover for this did differ from Glam Slam and Alphabet Street because it had an actual picture cover. And to describe it, it's kind of a purple and yellow heavenly sky shot background with a screenshot from the song's video placed in the middle of it along with the artist name and song title. The music video geography. So chart-wise, just like Glam Slam, this track did not chart in the US, but it did get to number 24 in the UK. And here's a fact for you, the 12-inch single version of this track is an extended 3-part suite, which runs over 10 minutes, so check that out. So I think I first heard the song for the first time when the video was played on TV on the chart show here. And I remember being impressed by the video, and I actually rewatched it for the first time in quite a while today. It still holds up. The song itself, I just like the simplicity of it, the playfulness and the uplifting message of it. And I really like the guitar and the drums just driving it along. It's just a really good song. But yeah, a strange choice of B-side though, to have Scarlet Pussy, a very raunchy tune, which is at odds with the kind of heavenly message of the A-side. But that's Prince for you. Rating-wise, I would put I Wish You Heaven as mid-tier Prince. So let's now talk about the album these singles came from, Lovesexy. So the album was met with widespread critical acclaim. Giving the album 4 stars out of 5, Rolling Stone's David Brown commented, "Dense and murky, even during its peppiest moments, Lovesexy catches Prince in moods we normally don't associate with him. Frisky but contemplative, sly yet introspective." In a retrospective piece by Simon Price of The Guardian, published just after Prince's passing, he rated each of Prince's 37 albums and ranked them from best to worst. Lovesexy came in at 7, and he awarded it 5 stars out of 5. To quote, "The last Prince album, chronologically speaking, from his intimidatingly Midas-fingered infallible years, sequenced as one long track on CD, annoyingly." So I first heard the album, it was either 89 or 90, when I bought the cassette second-hand at a shop here in Edinburgh called Vinyl Villains. And like most of Prince's albums prior to the 1990s, I like the economy of it. 9 songs in a 45-minute duration. Although, I would admit, I'd be happy to lose 13 minutes of it by getting rid of Positivity and Lovesexy, the title track. I do think it's a step down in quality compared to his 4 previous albums, and maybe lacks the immediate accessibility of Prince's biggest hits, but it's still an excellent release for me. It has a bold vision, as it's essentially a single piece of music with tracks flowing into each other. This ambitious structure reflects Prince's creative confidence at the time. It blends funk, pop, gospel, and rock, showcasing Prince's amazing versatility. And tracks like Alphabet Street are playful and funky, almost childlike in some ways, while Anesthesia dives into spiritual introspection. Always, though, its mood is optimistic. The production is lush and layered with inventive arrangements, and Prince's trademark musicianship shining throughout. The cover, we've got to talk about the cover. It's a very Prince cover, isn't it? Prince nude. You can't miss it. And I can absolutely see why some record stores would not display it and sold it in a black sleeve. But I remember at the time my own mum saying, being not very complimentary about it. I think she said, "That dirty wee man." So, do I like the cover? Not really. I totally get the artwork wanting to show light, white, bright colours and imagery after they pulled the Black Album from release, which I'm totally on board with. But the actual cover image, just not for me. In fact, I would have liked him to be daring and release the album in the same style as the Alphabet Street and Glam Slam singles. So just having a plain cover where you can see the record and just have a sticker on it with Prince and Lovesexy. That would have been great. I suppose that works for vinyl. It would have been less cool with a cassette and a CD. So yeah, it doesn't work in that respect. So what are my 3 favourite tracks from the album? Alphabet Street, Glam Slam, and I Wish You Heaven. Unfortunately, that's really boring. It's the 3 singles, and we've already discussed them. I will say I have to give honourable mentions to I Know, which makes you want to stand up and dance, in my case, badly. And I would also just give a shout out to When Two Are in Love, which is a simple beautiful ballad, they were unlucky to miss out. And my least favourite track from it, this is a straight fight between the album's title track and Positivity, and I'd probably go with Positivity. I just find it a bit endearing and unmemorable, which is a shame since it's the final track on the record. It certainly doesn't go out with a bang or banger, as the case might be. It goes out with a whimper.
Positivity. Have you had your plus and today?
And overall, where would I rank Lovesexy, the album? Top, middle, or lower tier, Prince? I would say it's bottom of the top tier. It's just scraping into the top tier there.
Like Trimming the Musical Fat, why not check out our other podcast, Trimming the Movie Fat?
So that is Lovesexy. The next Prince album we're going to look at is probably going to be Sign of the Times. And I'm going to do a full album version of that, where for regular listeners, you know this. For those that don't listen regularly, let me explain. So what we do is we take albums we think that are too long, and we edit them to a single vinyl version of it that's got to be under 50 minutes. So Sign of the Times, a double album, so I think we'll maybe take a look at creating a single album version of that, and at the same time take a look at its singles, and I'll rank them top, middle, or lower tier Prince. And in terms of looking at another album in this format that we're doing today, next one up probably be, I think, Purple Rain. Need to get to the blockbuster, so that will probably be the one after Sign of the Times. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you think of the Lovesexy album. What's your favourite tracks? What your least favourite tracks? Did you buy it on original release? Did you hear it some years later? So please get in touch, and you can find all the ways that you can do that in the episode description. So, and if you want to give the Lovesexy album a listen, you can find that on all your music streaming platforms like Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, and so on, and check it out. It's a great album. So thanks to you for watching and or listening, and I hope you'll join us again for our next Prince show. Until then, keep trimming.
Trimming the Musical Fat podcast is a Stephen and Paul Nicholson production. We'd love to hear from you. You'll find our contact details in the episode description. Want more TTMF? Head to our socials, join our Facebook group, follow us on TikTok, subscribe to us on YouTube, and check out our website at trimmingthemusicalfat.com.